So I've met a lot of people that say that they could never live by themselves. And to be honest, that's a very fair statement. However, going into my 4th year living alone, I can say that it has drastically changed my life. I've had many ups and many downs, but in summary, it's definitely a net positive. And one key reason is because I had these 5 tools that I think are crucial for you living by yourself. So here they are. Now, the first one is a Dyson V8 vacuum. And if you're familiar with this product and the price point, you know it's a little expensive, but stick with me for a second. Living by yourself is a matter of doing things as efficient as possible, because different than when you live with your parents or with roommates, there's no splitting of tasks. There's no you cook and I clean the dishes, you wash the floors and I will mop. You're gonna be doing everything. So it comes down to you doing the most amount of things in the less amount of time. So cleaning the floors, which is something that is very important because you have to keep your home clean, actually takes a lot of time. I used to be a fan of just brooming because it was fun, I would play some music and it would be very cheap, but in reality, it took forever and it really wouldn't do it as well. So I sat down and I did a lot of research about the best vacuum that I could get, and I came up with the Dyson V8. The reason for that, and I proved it once I got it, is because it's extremely easy to use. It is very powerful, so it cleans super well. It doesn't have a cord, so I can use it whenever without having to plug it into any walls. And it also allows me to move from one room to the other without having to stop. It is great to reach all the tricky places. And even the cleaning of the filters, it's super easy because you don't have to get bags. You just have to pull the lever and it pretty much does it for you. It does come at a price point around $350 to $450, depending how much discount you get. But even for me, that I try to save as much as possible in these type of purchases, I can say it is definitely worth the investment. On that same token, besides vacuuming, I think that you should also mop your floors. And the best investment that you can make is the O-Setter mop. A lot of people really like Swifters, and personally, that's what I used at the beginning. But the changing of the pads and the maintenance of having to buy new pads just took forever and actually became expensive. Now, the O-Setter is a great purchase because the maintenance just requires you to buy whatever cleaning chemical that you like and just mixing that with water. The price of the O-Setter mop is around $40 and you can get it through Amazon delivered to your door. It brings about 6 reusable heads that are easy to take off and are machine washable after you're done cleaning. And the design of the bucket, once you fill it up, has a little turbine that you can put your mop in, and by just doing a little bit of effort with your foot, it will actually dry it up and it'll be very easy to use. It is great for reaching those tricky spots and it will clean your house and leave it impeccable. And this is actually really important because once again, living by yourself, you don't have someone to tell you that the floor is dirty and you should clean it. So you have to try to make an effort to do it as consistent as possible. And about not having people around, it's also gonna make you have a lot of time in silence and quiet. And those times are great, and I think you should enjoy the peace and quiet. But for the other times where you wanna listen to music or anything else, I think it is crucial that you get a wireless speaker. So a common trend, like I did with the mop and with the vacuum, I actually did a lot of research before I got my wireless speaker and came up with one of them, which is the one that I think you should get, which is the Megaboom. The fact that it's wireless, it allows you to move it all around your house. I usually have it in my shower, but I take it to the kitchen or even the living room if I'm having people over. And this is important because you want something that will last a long time, and that's exactly what you get with the Megaboom. I personally got mine 6 years ago, and to this day, it works perfectly fine and it sounds amazing. You can also take it to the beach or anywhere else that you're traveling because it's waterproof. And one of my favorite things is that you can actually turn it on through the app without even having to touch the speaker. So you can basically play music whenever you want. The price of the Megaboom is a little under $200, and you can actually get a cheaper version if you get the smaller one, but I really think that the little upcharge that it has for the Megaboom is worth it. And on the token of not having people around you to give you immediate feedback, you should actually make an effort to look as presentable as you can. And one of the things with that is not having wrinkles in your clothes. So I think a steamer is actually very important. I personally use my steamer almost every day to iron the button downs that are used for work or the polos, and even the t-shirts that I wear out for everything else. I personally have the Steam Fast, which is between $60 to $70, but pretty much any other steamer that you find will probably work. And on the efficiency note, I think a steamer is better than an iron because it doesn't require you to take out the table and the space, and it's much faster. And lastly, the one that can be a little controversial for my fifth pick is actually books. And specifically, it's self-development books. Living by yourself is gonna lead you to a lot of self-growth. And you probably have a lot of family members that even though that you don't live with them, you can talk to through your phone or FaceTime. This is something that I do, but when you're by yourself and you have those quiet times when the UE boom is not working, I think supplementing that with also a good self-development book will help you grow a lot and actually develop a lot of emotional intelligence. So I think that having a few good books and developing that reading habit will help you a lot and make your time living by yourself even more life-changing. If you want to see a list of my favorite self-development books and the ones that have really changed my life or even my perspective the most, make sure that you leave it in the comments and I'll do one video for you guys. I can talk about this topic for hours, and I actually like to start a little segment where I talk about my experience and what things I've done right and what things I've done wrong, because I think living by yourself is something that can be more scary than it actually is. So subscribe so you can see those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace!